Welcome to Friends. Sometimes it takes a moment to see what is the network I'm going to be using. For this, I actually have three house Wi-Fi accounts. One is like a 2.4 gigahertz thing. One is 5 gigs. Another one is the name of the place, which I think was the original account. And all three of them kind of shift. And then I also have a work Wi-Fi given to me by a client of mine that I work with. And that one is also kind of spotty, like it works and it doesn't work. It's like mountain dynamics. And then, of course, there is the minutes plan of the cell phones, which actually I find to be interesting. I could also do hotspots of my other phones. I'm under 2 different or 3 different types of plans that I could use. Anyway, I'll get started in just a second. My little kitty was looking cute just a second ago. I'm sure that came out all pixelated. Oh well. Sometimes this is like a scrapbooking of cat moments. Thank you for the like. Okay. So this is a reading for the Gemini collective. If you have significant Gemini energy, this is a reading for you. Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising, maybe You could have multiple signs, multiple planets or houses in Gemini. Maybe your signature sign is Gemini. Maybe you have your first house in Gemini. Maybe you have in your degrees of your planets or houses, you could have them in Gemini degrees. Lots of different ways you could have Gemini energy. If you feel it strongly, well, then there's probably a reason why you are here. I actually forgot I did that. Let's see. Anyway, does that matter? I don't think so. Gemini, if you appreciate my time and energy, do let me know. Give me a thumbs up. And Gemini, do consider supporting the channel. If you like the content that's being produced, you can become a member for $10. There are specific bonuses to helping to support the channel at that level, including a members poll that will be done. You can also have astrological notes released more frequently for your collective, with members getting a first peek at it before it goes live for the whole collective. Gemini, I don't direct these messages in any particular way. So we'll just see what comes out, Gemini. Let's see what's in your energy. What message can I share right now for you watching on the other end? Queen of Swords, Page of Cups. Discernment, Gemini. Discernment to you with the small things. This is overall talking about new beginnings, talking about progression in small steps, talking about moving forward in the right direction. But even here, Gemini, still to be aware, to exercise, do I say the word prudence? Being judicious, definitely being aware, not being swayed, Gemini, by what you would like to perceive. Really looking, Gemini, clearly at the situation for what it is, not necessarily the promise or being swayed, Gemini, by the promise of what the future may bring. And one could say, Gemini, that the promises seem rather interesting. We'll find out more, Gemini, if what is presented to be the first step towards something larger, something, well, frankly, in this energy, Gemini, outstanding. A huge change for the better. Gemini, will find out if that is something that could actually be. Very strong Scorpio energy coming up here, which does speak of, well, changes. Of course, we know that the whole energy right now is in a flux of change. Well, influx and change. So Queen of Swords, Gemini, gets 3 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, King of Cups. Definitely discernment here, Gemini. We do have some soulmate energy here, Gemini. But I would say in this energy, we can think about the fact that perhaps who we align with. There's more than one type of alignment, more than one type of soulmate that we meet. One could also say in this energy, Gemini, it comes down to, well, their capacity and your capacity currently. How much, Gemini, do you bet on what the future could bring, as opposed to seeing things as they are? Gemini, in this energy, you're being asked to be a realist. Either you have or you will very soon be in the midst of some very concrete things coming your way. So concrete, Gemini, that you don't necessarily have to rely on the future what ifs. Instead, Gemini, you should be seeing right now, what can you gather in your hands that are actual tangibles. Gemini, in this energy, you don't have to wait for what you want. You could be lured, perhaps, Gemini, maybe have complacency, Gemini, into imagining what the future can be. But Gemini, for what you want, you could have it now. Provided, Gemini, you surround yourself, Gemini, with the right people. It's all about connections here, Gemini. It's all about who you interact with, Gemini. It's all about how you spend your time and who are you spending it with. It's asking you to have really firm discernment, Gemini, with who occupies your time. Who do you build with, Gemini? Who do you share with? Energies coming up here so far, Gemini. Oh, we have Capricorn, Virgo, Libra, Cancer. Should we clarify first, Gemini? Let's take a look at Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups gets a Page of Cups. Seven of Swords. I want that card. And Temperance. Nine of Swords is Gemini energy. Two of Swords. Well, this energy is heavy. Gemini, this energy basically is talking about concessions. Concessions that you've made, perhaps concessions that you're being asked to overlook, or points of contention, possible contention, Gemini, that you're being asked to overlook, that you have overlooked for the sake of harmony, for the sake of collaboration, for the sake of continuing to build and nurture what you've already invested in so far, Gemini. We're talking about current ties. Also, too, Gemini, investing in the people around you, investing heavily, Gemini, into the people around you for what you want, but that cost, Gemini, is intense, Gemini. Queen of Cups clarified by a Page of Cups, Seven of Swords, and Temperance. Again, we're coming down to discernment. Choose what you open yourself up to carefully, Gemini. You yourself are being asked to be very strategic, Gemini, with who you align yourself with. Do pay attention now, Gemini, not to necessarily to how you feel, but what kind of gains could be had. For some reason, Gemini, it's very important for you to try and position yourself into the best avenue possible, Gemini. Also, too, with that Seven of Swords here with Temperance, this implies as well that if you don't put yourself first, there's a risk of burnout. Also, too, Gemini, you need to put yourself first to regain your emotional footing, to center yourself, to ground yourself, to almost like to go and ensure that you're healthy. I'm talking about just not mental health, but overall health. Definitely cut down on stress. Make sure you choose wisely, Gemini, that which you engage yourself in. Gemini, in this energy, it implies that you've already been taking on quite a bit of stress, too much stress, unnecessary stress. And the weight of it, Gemini, just because you can carry extreme weight, Gemini, doesn't mean you should. We do have some strong Sagittarius energy starting to come out here, Gemini. Gemini, in the company that you seek, that which you have, in the right company, Gemini. In the right company, that which you seek won't be an effort to achieve. You know, that initial energy that we were pulling, that initial bottom of the deck energy, Gemini, spoke of lots of labor. Lots of labor for the group, lots of labor for happiness, lots of labor to show your dedication. And Gemini, when you're with the right people, there isn't friction, Gemini, to building, to collaborating, and things flow quickly. They flow easily, avenues open up, and amassing can begin. In this case, Gemini, amassing of success, amassing of wealth. Very smooth energy here, Gemini. No friction. Gemini, of course, the Lovers is Gemini energy, but all I have to say, Gemini, is that when you are with the right people, the right circumstances, the right environment, things flow, Gemini. And if things aren't flowing for you right now, Gemini, it's because the people who you're around, the environment you're in, you're meant to extract yourself from. It's not your environment, Gemini. It's not your people. Oops. Guess we'll take that one. 6 of Wands, the Moon, and 3 of Cups. Gemini, we're talking again about cohesion. even though we don't know the future, Gemini, we do know what support looks like. We do know what healthy collaboration looks like. We do know what healthy interactions look like, Gemini. And we also know, Gemini, people motivated for success. Even though, obviously, there are those Gemini, obviously, who they can tap on certain resources, Gemini, and success will be given. We're not necessarily talking about nepotistic ties or influences, but we are talking, Gemini, about people who, as they go forward through things, Gemini, they are committed to trying to do their best, regardless of the situation. They are committed to trying to keep their energy at a certain vibration, not necessarily allowing themselves to be dragged down. Despite the emotional turmoil, you still hold yourself up high. You still have your self-respect. You also foster self-respect and esteem in the people around you, Gemini. That's what this energy refers to. Though that's the type of energy, Gemini, you yourself need to go into. That's the energy you yourself with people who emit that. And Gemini, until you can find such people, better to remain alone. Also, to Gemini, even if the people who you can truly count on are few, better to keep those numbers down, Gemini. Have discernment with who you spend your time with. Gemini, in this energy, well, we did have some Sagittarius energy coming up, some Cancerian energy coming up. Threes may be relevant, Gemini. Threes being numbers of, well, definitely sociability. Well, group dynamics, think about it that way. Group dynamics and group politics. We're talking about alignment. Even if you're only aligning yourself in a specific type of avenue, that could be, regardless if it's work, your social, private life, family, regardless of what kind of social circles they are. We are talking about how you align yourself to others that are more than one person, more than one dynamic. Trying to see if there's any other things there. Gemini also have, in addition to those signs, on a scattering degree, we have a wide collection of signs. We have Capricorn, Libra, Leo, Pisces, Virgo, Scorpio, Aquarius. And if we were going to read that, we have some Taurus. And ultimately, Gemini. That's the main message that I have here. Your time is valuable. Your discernment is crucial. Make sure the people around you serve or reflect, Gemini, those qualities you want to amplify within yourself. And Gemini, you should not be laboring for what you want, especially when it comes to your collaboration, your partnership with others. If you're laboring, Gemini, it's a sign to detach, disengage, and find the right groups of people. Gemini, if you appreciate my time and energy, do let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Gemini, if you have any questions, you can get in contact with me through my email. It's on the homepage of my channel. Gemini, if you'd like to send a bit of love my way, tips are always appreciated. You can also check out the other messages for your collective or just other messages in general. Do consider becoming a member, Gemini, if you'd like to help support the channel. And until next time.